Hello everybody. Hopefully the stream's coming through. Let's see. The game might crash because it crashes when I start the stream without having the game booted up and stuff. Last night I was streaming Oblivion and the game felt like it was a little bit too quiet in comparison to my voice. Let me turn it up on my audio interface. Hopefully you guys can hear me nice and clear with the game still being of decent volume. That's my goal tonight, or today. There we go. Got some kill assist there. The brother to steel is going to be with us. Wait 1 second. I gotta switch the chat over to live chat, otherwise we're gonna miss out on a lot of the best comments. If it says top chat, then it cuts out most people's comments. It's pretty annoying. Shit, she almost shot me.
Raiders can't be bargained or reasoned with. And ain't no use surrendering, because they'll just shoot you anyway. So run, hide, or fight if you've got the balls and the guns. But for God's sake, don't... Oh yeah, let me actually turn off the radio for now. Just strangle you with it.
I got a copyright claim last time I was streaming this game.
Look, I don't know who you are, but you don't belong here. The super mutants have overrun our brothers at the Galaxy News radio building, and we're headed there to back them up. You can tag along if you want, but keep your head down and try not to do anything stupid.
Alright. The goal is that they'll give me the XP I need.
You've been living under a rock? This is DC. The entire city is crawling with super mutants. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Last time I got to this point, she said that, and I was like, they really do make that joke way too much, where it's like, what, have you been living in a hole under the ground? You've been living under a rock? What rock did you crawl out from? They just do that the entire game.
The name's Sarah Lyons, Sentinel and Squad Commander of the Lion's Pride. We're with the Brotherhood of Steel. We do our best to hold back the super mutants in this area, but when civilians stumble into our sights, that gets a bit difficult, doesn't it?
I wouldn't know. You're the one in the Brotherhood. I like how she asked me, it gets a bit difficult, doesn't it? Like I should know.
That's a negative. We've got too many local
Give me the free armor.
as it is. Most are undertrained and too damn trigger happy for their own good. Our very own Initiate Redden is a sterling example. Watch yourself out there.
Alright, I always grab the armor here, but I think I'm actually gonna just leave it.
What's the situation?
Because it's not worth it having that take up your inventory. We gotta stay on top of repairing stuff. I just dropped it. Okay, that one's good.
All clear, Sentinel. 5 mutants released from their torment. The rest are keeping their heads down.
Good. Jennings?
Negative.
A new recruit?
Just a stray we picked up. The one that blundered into the uglies over on 42nd.
Welcome.
I forgot that I
Alright,
still have the
it's
Tunnel
usual
Snakes
drill.
armor on.
Redden, you just do whatever Paladin Vargas says and keep your mouth shut.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought I already had Lincoln's repeater. I guess that's just my other save. We're definitely getting Lincoln's repeater today. Here, let's stimmy up. We're holding on to these books until we get this this perk that doubles your reward from them. There's a lot of good perks in this game for leveling. And it's honestly easier to level in this game than Oblivion. You don't have to manage as much stuff. It's nice being able to distribute the points. I do like the level as you use it kind of system that Oblivion has. Skyrim has that too, you know, things level up the more you do them. I kind of wish that this had that. But it's also, there's a certain charm to Fallout's leveling system. I don't know which one I would pick over the other at the end of the day. They got their pros and cons. It's nice to actually be able to level up things you don't really use that much, because it's not really worth using them at a low level, and you can't really control how much you're going to use it until you get higher level. Goodness gracious, this pistol does nothing to them. I don't think this game differentiates between energy and regular damage. I think it's just damage and damage.
On my mark.
Roger that.
Arms,
Ugly's in our sight.
Concentrate your fire.
Did she say I was shooting too close to her? Like literally standing right next to me while I'm shooting. Alright, we're almost there. Okay, we need this fat man.
So, how did I do, Vargas? Passed my little trial run? Come on, Lion's Pride needs me and you know it. That Citadel guard duty is such bullshit.
Yeah, we'll see. Now knock that off. You're wasting ammo.
Ah, come on. We just kicked their asses.
We're clear out
We
here.
need to
Stand
You don't
down.
need to worry. We're the best
You think
outfit
those
in the
were all the
whole
ugly
Brotherhood
Reddit's a
of
tard.
Steel.
Or not Reddit. Reddit. Reddit is a tard.
Okay.
Once we're inside.
Yeah, we want to have these assault rifles. They actually do really good damage. They're not really even balanced to be, like the fact that they're fully automatic. Yeah, this one's low condition. Who cares? It's a mini nuke launcher. There's Redden standing right. It's like, oh boy, let me just stand over next to this spot that's about to explode. See, it's a mini nuke, but I feel like I gotta get close to hit them. Whoa, that guy's dead. Ah! Let's just go for it. Collateral damage be damned. Ooh boy, I love this. That's a good little ammo cache right there. Who died? Okay, it wasn't a named guy. Their life doesn't matter. Oh wait, was it? Oh, it was it was lions.
I guess it's my turn to thank you.
Lions that went
Anyway,
flying. She just got
the
up.
area's secure, so you're free to talk to Three Dog if you need to. I'll take that as a compliment. If we don't try to keep the mutants from killing everyone,
She didn't even
and
compliment
everything in
me.
the capital
Did she
wasteland,
compliment me?
Who will?
She was
The
laying
Brotherhood does
around.
its
You were
best.
sleeping here, taking a nap.
Sometimes it takes a little something special. That's where the Lion's Pride comes in.
She's sitting here taking a nap while I'm killing the behemoth for her, you know? I was doing all the work there, let's be honest. I'm gonna bump the mic a lot today. It's in a weird position. Every day I do this, it's in a different spot. I don't know why I do that.
She died well. In the end, that's all that really matters.
Let's see.
Well, the Brotherhood needed a secure outpost, and the guy who runs the radio station needed to not get his head ripped off by super mutants. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. Three Dog is the man in charge. He keeps that signal broadcasting pretty much single-handedly.
Thank you,
He's,
Brenner. Welcome in.
Interesting. I'll give him that much.
I like your username, though, Untitled Puppet. I might start calling you that.
I'm sure. You can handle yourself. I'll give you that. But let's not get carried away.
Lord of Cinder got the second like. Nice. You guys missed me mini nuke the behemoth.
Watch yourself out there.
We're gonna hold on to this fat man. I got all these assault rifles. It's time we compress these assault rifles down, though. It's a really solid weapon. I mean, it does almost as much damage as a sniper rifle. Or it does more than a sniper rifle right now. At its current condition. And it's full auto. But I mean, I think the sniper rifle might be under a different set of stats than the assault rifle. And how is the audio? How am I cutting through? And is it like, is the game audio loud enough? Because last night when I was doing Oblivion, or the other night when I was doing Oblivion, when I rewatched it, I felt the Oblivion game audio was way too quiet.
Looks like it's all clear. Unlocking outer doors.
Are they in combat?
Knight Finley at your service. What can I do for you? You can head right on up. He's waiting for you.
It sounds great. Good. Like, is their
Okay.
audio loud
Make
enough
sure
that you
not to
can hear
interfere
them?
with our operations.
My voice is crispy. Thank you. Now, how about their voices, though? Or can you hear them fine? Even when I'm talking? Because I want to make sure that the game audio is not too quiet. Okay, good. Thank you, Brenner. Thank you, Lord of Cinder.
The look on your face says it all. You're wondering who the heck this guy is and why you should care. Well, prepare
This guy's
to
a
be
lot louder
enlightened.
than other people.
I am Three Dog, jockey of discs and teller of truths, lord and master over the finest radio station to grace the wastes, Galaxy News Radio. And you, well, I know who you are. Heard about you leaving that vault, traveling the unknown, just like dear old Dad, huh? Met him already.
Let's see. let's cater towards his ego a bit.
Yep, guilty as charged. I don't usually have exposure to the public like this. It's nice to know someone's listening. Makes carrying on the good fight that much easier.
Let's see. The good fight's all about, like, getting water and shit to people. Whatever you want, I'm just looking for my dad. You're going to have a good fight on your hands if you don't help me.
Hey, not everyone's cut out for bigger and better things. Sometimes the smallest roles in the good fight are the most important. But enough of that. If it's your dad you seek, then I will abide.
Alright, I think the Three Dog's my favorite of the DJs in the Fallout games. Mr. New Vegas is pretty good too. Let's see, if you know anything that can help me find my dad.
You want to find your dad. And it just so happens his location is known to yours truly.
It's not
He was
actually.
here with Galaxy News. We had a great conversation. He's a real stand-up guy. If you want to know more, you're going to have to contribute to the good fight.
Alright, let's see. It might as well try the speech check, right?
I like what you're saying, but this is bigger than just you and
What's
your
up,
dad.
Queasy?
If you want help from Galaxy News, you need to contribute to Galaxy News. That's all there is to it.
Let's see.
Good, because this isn't going to be easy.
It's not going to be
Galaxy
easy.
News Radio is my baby. I love it. I feed it. I keep it changed. But there's one problem. No one outside of DC can hear her cry. You see, some brainless super mutant thought it would be funny to shoot at the shiny round thing on the Washington Monument.
But yeah, it's not going to be easy. This game really throws you into the deep end at this point. Like, we're still technically at the beginning of the story.
Yep, that shiny thing was our broadcast relay. Now it's Swiss cheese. Without it, our broadcast range is quite limited. Of course, the factory that made the relay dishes is long gone, leveled. As in, we're never gonna scavenge that part again. Hey, I understand this isn't easy. I mean, most people would be crazy to even try what I'm about to propose. But there's something behind those eyes of yours that screams, I'm the one who can get shit done. Your dad had that same look in his eyes too. That's why I'm helping you.
Lord of Cinder says he's just helping with Elden Ring, because why not? Well, actually, if you guys go into the Gilded chat, and I know all of you are in the Gilded chat, if you've been playing, like, Elden Ring and stuff, Cheyenne's been looking for help, and there's also an Elden Ring chat in the Gilded. If you guys don't even know about it, you'll find it on the left-hand side. Kind of like Discord servers, but it's a separate sub-server. There's an Elden Ring one if you guys want to talk Elden Ring and ask for help and meet up or whatever. You can find it in there. Alright.
One of the Brotherhood guys that passed through here mentioned seeing a dish in one of DC's old museums. It's the dish off the old Virgo 2 lunar lander in the Museum of Technology. I want you to get it and bring it to the Washington Monument to replace the bad one. That's it.
Cheyenne only plays on the weekend. Alright, well, you know, you can also meet up with like Logan or Brenner too in the game. Let's see. Oh, and Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out later this month. I'm stoked about that. Good game for good month for gaming for your boy Mum. You know, I got the Oblivion streams, Fallout 3 streams. We got Dragon's Dogma 2 coming out, and we got the Battlefront re-release coming out. That's going to be dope. I'm going to have my hands full. I'm going to have to have a really hard time choosing what to stream. We got a Platinum Lies of P soon, so that we can get that over with.
I sure know how to pick 'em. You're gonna be the best thing that ever happened to Galaxy News in a long time. If you need any more info, I'll be here waiting for you.
Alrighty. Yeah, they're doing a Battlefront re-release on PC, PS5, Xbox. It's actually gonna be on PS4 too. It's the original Battlefronts on PS2. They're combining both the original first Battlefront and the original second Battlefront, and they're adding server support so you can play online. It's gonna be lit. My little brother donated a large sum to the channel to help your boy Mum get that game and stream it, because you know that game means a lot to me and him, and he's definitely probably gonna get the donor special at the end of the month. And that gives me another segue. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, I don't have the link in the description. It is in the description, but it hasn't been creating a link because YouTube's retarded, and I don't have it in the chat tonight. But if you just type in givesendgo.com/falloutyourmum, all without like spaces or anything, obviously, it'll take you to my donation page. Cleese says, wow, so not quite Battlefront 3, but Battlefront 2.5. I'm excited for that one. I know. Me and my little brother were basically just talking about it, and we were like, dude, they don't even have to improve the graphics at all. They don't have to do anything. Just put the two games together and make it, like, function. Because me and Matt are so worried that, like, EA is going to fuck it up, or whoever's in charge of it, just because of the history. They're going to re-release it and make it not function properly or something. Or, like, throw in some sort of dumb caveat. I don't know. Let's get these frag mines out. Frag mines are so useful in this game. So is the sneak skill. There's a bunch of ghouls down this way. Oh, let's just... Oh, fuck. Let's just toss these boys down here. I need to get a shotgun really bad. Shotguns are very important in this game, especially when you're traveling the subway so much. What happened to my other mines? That one didn't go off. I guess they're not gonna step on that other one. Lord of Cinder says would probably do what happened with the Final Fantasy VII remake. Well, it's not going to be a complete rebuild of the original Battlefront games. So it's not going to be quite as bad, in my opinion. I mean, the Final Fantasy VII remake, I thought was pretty alright. I didn't like it, personally, but I think it's the right direction for that type of remake. It's going to be literally the original, like, games, like Battlefront 1 from PS2 and Battlefront 2 from PS2, just put together, like, literally, not rebuilt or anything, and then ported to, like, more modern stuff with server support. Ooh, more mines. Oops. With the new Final Fantasy VII remake, they didn't just update graphics. It was like a complete rebuild, if we're talking about the same Final Fantasy VII remake. Because like the original Final Fantasy VII was like top-down and then turn-based combat. Let's see, 2 mall outposts. That's where we're going. They even changed the story in the Final Fantasy VII remake, and they made it kind of dumb. They added these like ghost things that just make no sense and fucked up the original story. See, we could go all the way through here, but I'm pretty sure this will just take us straight to the mall outpost. Or not straight to it, but like, you know. Cleese says, then some Filipino mom scammed his PSP from him. That's gold. How did that happen?
And now, some music.
Here, let's grab this Protectron. I always activate these Protectrons because it's easy to find those Metro tickets. That's all you need to worry about to keep them from attacking you. Oof. Okay. Gates. Imagine if hacking was actually like that. But yeah, they even changed the story to the new Final Fantasy VII stuff. Those ghost things that are in the new Final Fantasy VII weren't in the original.
Security protocol initializing.
And they used it as a way to like adjust the story a bit.
Station security grid.
Which I felt was silly because the story was amazing in the original Final Fantasy VII.
Threat level. Omake, protect, and serve.
Now with Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age re-release, they did change a bit of it. Cleese said he was selling it and she asked to see if she asked, oh shit. Hang on, Cleese. He just shot me. He's hostile now. Yeah, I don't know if the energy weapons actually make any difference, but we're gonna use the laser pistol on him. We're going VATS. Cleese says he was selling it and she asked to see it and then broke the disc tray on purpose when she was looking to buy it. He thinks he was 9. What a bitch. I would have kicked her in the shin. Sicked my little brother on her. My little brother, Matt was a biter back then. She does that, then I'm wheeling my little brother in on a dolly like Hannibal Lecter. I'm like, okay, well, looks like you you poked the dog and looks like you're gonna get bit. Oh, I have no ammo. Let's use the 10mm. I'm gonna turn off the radio. I just want to see how the signal was. It'd be fun if the 3-dog voice actor would stream Fallout 3. Let's get the grenade out. You think you sold it for 20 bucks? That's still a ripoff, dude. Or you got ripped off, not them. Like, 20 bucks is not enough for PSP, especially when you were 10. That year, PSP was top of the line technology. Oh, hey, landmines.
Huh? Whatever it was, I guess it's gone now.
Come on. We got a baiter. There's an explosion in the distance. It's honestly kind of funny that the graphics are basically the same as Oblivion, but the faces don't look like potato faces in this. I would say the faces look much more human in this game than they do in Oblivion. I don't know about you guys. This is a good little cache right here. Damn. Yeah, this is what much of navigating the ruins of Washington, D.C. look like. You have to go through the subway tunnels a lot.
Eat it.
There we go. Hey, bounce shot. Ah, it's average luck. Fuck, dude, they're melting me. Shit. Alright, grenades again. Oh, the rest of them aren't following me? I like his firefighter hat. Alright, bitch. He parried me with the fucking... How do you parry a baseball bat with with a switchblade? Come on. Damn it. Fuck it. We're doing VATS.
You like that, huh? Oh, you like that?
Got him. Damn it. I know. How do you parry a baseball bat with a switchblade? Ridiculous. I'm keeping that helmet. It's a sweet helmet. I don't think it matches my tunnel snake's attire, but... Boom. Oh shit. I know, he's the best knifesman ever. He's the six-fingered man. Alright, let's cripple the hand that's holding their gun. There we go.
Oh!
Ooh, you got that submachine gun. Much better than this.
Ow!
You gotta take these turrets out. Come on, just shoot it. I have zero chance. What do you mean zero chance?
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Sheesh. Whew. Let's drink these Nuki Colis. Speaking of which, I got a Cheer Wizzy in the fridge. What you think, Cleezy? Is it Cheer Wizzy time? There's more raiders up here. This is like their lounge. Gotta grab these mines. Oh wait, let's grab that submachine gun. There's a lot of going into your inventory in this game. For me, it's definitely Cheer Wizzy time. Alright. Cheer Wine time, you mean? That's 2 hours ahead, yes. So yeah, you're 2 hours behind me, or ahead of me. I think 2 hours behind me. You should have Cheer Wine in about 2 hours. Up in Edmonton, that's about Cheer Wine time. Alberta time. Here we go. It's the most desired beverage in all of the wasteland. I really hope that the next Fallout is going to be in North Carolina. I don't think it will, because I don't think that this whole region is in Bethesda's radar at all. Hang on. Let's get that to 40. That's really loud. Let's do our repair a bit more. Science, and then small guns can never be too low. Alright, intense training, swift learner. There's one that we needed. We're level 5 now. Oh, did I already get the one that... Hang on. With comprehension, when you gain 1 additional skill point whenever a skill book is read. Okay, that's the one we want. Now we can read Nikola Tesla and you. Booyah. But yeah, it'd be sweet if there's a North Carolina Fallout coming down the line. For me, at least, I would love that. Yeah, I'd like to see them have a Cheerwine spoof competing against the Nuka-Cola in the region. The Could probably be a Pepsi spoof too, because this is where Pepsi is as well. What's the last one in Virginia? West Virginia. It was in West Virginia in the Appalachians. And in my opinion, and almost objectively, the mountains in western North Carolina would be, the mountains in North Carolina are better than the mountains of West Virginia. Taller, the gorges are deeper, there's hundreds of more waterfalls. People, I mean, the people are friendly in both areas. I've never met a mean West Virginian, personally. I am in trouble. I thought I had more health. Alright, we're all in here. There we go. Disarm the bitch. I should see if Red Dead Revolver is in Steam. Speaking of state tier lists, alright, Khaleesi's got a hot take, I guess. Where does Montana rank? I think that actually... Oh, you know what? I was thinking that maybe Caver's there right now, but that's wrong. He's in another M state up north. Where does Montana rank? I think it's above average. A lot of wilderness there. I think it's definitely what Minnesota wants to be. I think that Minnesota banks on people mistaking them for Montana. Let's look it up. Let's do some educated research here. This is important stuff. Khaleesi also says he's heard rumblings about the next Fallout being in South Carolina. That would bum me out, but I'd be glad it's at least in the Carolinas. Let's see here. Montana. I mean, geographically, it's a 10. Because it's got all those beautiful parks and shit. I think, is Jackson Hole in Montana? I know my mom loves Jackson Hole. Everything I've seen of Jackson Hole makes it seem like a mid-tier town, but I think it's a take it or leave it kind of thing, where if you're into it, it's your shit, but if you're not into it, you're gonna find it mid. Let's see here. Okay, no, I don't think Jackson Hole is in Montana. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I would say it's pretty cool. I think Glacier is cool. It's got good proximity to Yellowstone. I think Yellowstone is shared by Montana and Wyoming. Wyoming's cool. I would say Montana and Wyoming are tied. They're very similar. One of them is less cool than the other towards outsiders, though. I think Wyoming is less welcoming than Montana. Don't quote me on that. One of them genuinely doesn't like having tourists around. And the other one doesn't care. Like, they're more friendly and hospitable. You're going to want to look that up between the two. They're very similar states, though. Alright, let's see. We should be able to sleep in one of these beds. DuPont Circle Station. No, we don't want to go there. There should be a way to go up. There's like a Raider pool hall. Oh, I have Stimpaks. Khaleesi said he's from Alberta, so people from Montana can't tell the difference. Yeah. Montana's like 5 to 6 hours from you. I mean, from my perspective, as an outsider, hasn't been to either state. From people I know from that part of the country, and you know, many Albertans. Most Canadians I know are from Alberta, which is crazy. Like, I would say they'd get along. One of them's shitty though. One of them's more shitty towards outsiders. Which, like, some states I'd say are cool with, I'm cool with them being a little bit shitty towards outsiders. But between Montana and Wyoming, I don't think. I don't get it for them. Hawaii, I could see it because, like, literally the only outsiders that come to Hawaii are annoying, the most annoying kind of tourists. And, you know, Western North Carolina, I've dealt with my share of tourists, but they're always friendly to me. I always like the tourists that come around here. I think there's a different breed of tourists, though. When it comes, like, beach-going tourists are a whole different breed from mountain-going tourists. Oh, shit. Montana and Wyoming, the only reason to go there is work or you have a personal connection to them. I mean, it's also like a frontier, you know. Similar reasons why people would move to Alaska. Jesus. And the biggest thing with me, like, with Western North Carolina stuff and tourism is you have to deal with people just assuming you're an idiot. Because there's the stigma of, like, hillbilly Appalachian just being, like, blatantly retarded, which isn't true, you know. There's idiots everywhere, but like they come here and they expect us to like be barefoot in overalls and shit. I'm not gonna say they expect us to be playing banjo because I literally play banjo, but Cleese says he's thinking about moving to Alaska, Anchorage. What would you do in Alaska for work, though? I feel like you would end up with similar issues as living in Edmonton, but with less things to do. Like, I feel like there's a similar reason to not move to Anchorage as there would be to...
Who is that?
Hang on. I'll build roads in Anchorage. That's fair.
Scared?
I need some like stim packs or I'm completely dead. Let's save. It's a bold move to save, but let's go with some explosives. Let's get the fat man out. Cleese says build roads in a cold climate in which only 10% of people in his industry are specialized in. That's fair. I think there's also only a 10% need for that That worked out. That worked out. Cleese says he should have married that American girl from Providence. Well, Rhode Island, I don't know if is... I would rank Rhode Island low. I rank that whole region, New England, as pretty low on my list. People who are into that region don't realize how niche that region really is. There we go. Should be daytime when we get up there. They just think that they're like... that everybody wants to live there and everybody thinks it's the tough shit because that's what they act like. But people who don't want to live there is like, ugh. Cleese says, dude, the girls from New England are 8s or 9s, but everything about them is repulsive. You also might want to check your scale, though, because, like, you know, there's some pretty Albertan ladies, but from what I've seen, like, an Albertan 9 or 10 is, like, here is, like, a local 6. Cleese says their attitude, the way they hold themselves, the way they take care of themselves, their voice is all terrible, yeah. I mean, you have to think, like, it's basically like, you know, in from an outsider's perspective, like, you know, me Southern, you from Canada,
Hiding from me?
you're not going to notice the fine
That first call on the goods.
fine details on differences between, like, a Rhode Island person, a New Englander, someone from New Jersey, a New Yorker. You're not going to tell the difference. And those are all pretty despicable to people who aren't from those places. Let's be honest, it's like, there are plenty of people from those places that are cool, you know. But the cultural, like, norms there are very, like, they just seem blatantly rude to us, but things that are just a cultural difference. Like, dude, the amount of New Yorkers that, on a daily basis, that have moved here, and, like, will just literally just, like, shut the door in my face when I'm behind them at a store or something. I was at the zoo, okay. I was at the zoo the past 2 days, because I got, somebody gave me free tickets, it was cool. But, everywhere I would go, you know, there would be people with southern accents. They were holding the doors for everybody. And then, like, northerners, like, it was very noticeable, northerners. Like, Yankees hats, there was even dudes with, like, Rangers jerseys. Like, it was blatant, like, who was northern and who wasn't. They would literally just, like, pull the door shut behind them when I'm walking behind them. Yeah, people are still flooding my state, yes. There still is a max exodus. With hockey, there's that Gensel trade. It's coming from Pennsylvania too, but there's that Gensel trade, and there's a thing around Raleigh. There's a town called Cary, and when the Rangers come to town, people from Cary flood the Hurricane Stadium, and when the Penguins come to town, people from Cary also flood the Hurricane Stadium. Because when you go to Cary, it's literally just all, like, people who have, like, fled the North. And they don't act like they fled the North. Like, they act like, oh, look at this shithole we're in. And it's like, dude, you, like, ran here. But yeah, like, a bunch of people were commenting on the Gensel trade news. They're like, I've been living in Cary for a while, and, you know, finally I have a reason to actually root for the Hurricanes. Cleese says, fuck Cary, that's not how it works as a hockey fan. Yeah, Cary, I don't like it that much. My brother lives in Raleigh. He has a lot of friends from Cary. My brother My brothers, you know, a lot of my family came from, we came down from New Jersey, but I was only there for a week as a baby. I'm fully Carolinian, but they still relate a lot to New Yorkers and stuff, and all of their friends are there. So he has friends from Cary, but when I've been to Cary, it's been insufferable for me. Because it's just, you know, I can't handle the difference, I guess. Just like the subtle differences. Like, around here, one thing that's noticeable is, like, anywhere I go in the country, like countryside of North Carolina, and any town, any small town, city stuff, I can have a good conversation with the cashier while I'm checking out for gas or whatever. And around Cary, every time I've gotten gas around there, I'll try to start a conversation with the cashier and they just blow me off. And I've learned that's a northern thing. Like, apparently northerners are weirded out by southern, like, cashiers trying to have conversations with them. When to me, that's like a normal thing. And it feels very rude when I'm like, hey, how's your day going? And they're like, eh. And then just, like, move me along. Cleasy says, if someone from Vancouver moves here, he has to buy an Oilers jersey. And if the Oilers play the Canucks, they play Switzerland. They got to be neutral. Yeah, like, see, I think that they should, like, root for the fucking Hurricanes if they're moving here, you know? I get, they can still be Rangers fans and root for the Hurricanes. You know, like...
You're crazy.
Personally, I have, like, dual allegiances myself. Like, you know, I spent a lot of time in Tennessee, too, and I'm a bit of a Preds fan, but when it comes to the West, I love the Predators, I love the Wild, and when the Predators and the Wild play each other... Like, and I have no, like, regional loyalty to the Wild, but, like, when they play each other, I'm just happy to see that game. I don't, like, root for one over the other, because I love both teams. When the Hurricanes and the Wild play, I'm always, like, really hyped up, too, but it's more rare because they're not in the same conference. I really would like to see a Wild versus, or a Hurricanes versus Predators Stanley Cup. And that might be one where I could go to both stadiums. Because, you know, it's like, I'm kind of in the middle between Nashville and Raleigh. Like, either way, when I'm working in the mountains this summer, either way, it's a 4-hour drive. Cleasy says he's officially putting in his bid to become dual fandom with the Canes. We'll have to pass it through the committee, I guess, before we it's not up to me, I guess. No, I'm kidding. Hurricanes fans get really excited when anybody even talks about them. There's this Calgary Flames channel I watch called Johnny Hockey. He's a Flames fan, but he's pretty neutral whenever he covers any team. And he just recently did a video on the Hurricanes, and, like, all of the comments are Hurricanes fans being like, Hurricanes fans being like, finally someone's covering us. We always get the cold shoulder and stuff. Like, I had commented it, and I thought I was the only one who would comment that. But, nah, dude. I looked through the comments, and they were all like, yeah, for some reason we just get, like, nobody pays attention to us in the Canadian media. It's like, they'll talk about the Panthers, but the Panthers are a villain, you know? The Hurricanes aren't really much of a villain. All the players on the Hurricanes are pretty nice dudes that just play good hockey. Like the Rangers, Bruins, not Devils, Penguins, not Penguins, fucking Panthers. And can I fucking speak English? Let's see. Cleese says it used to be the Red Wings, Devils, but they haven't done anything in like 15 years. But the Canes don't get love because of their market. Yeah. I feel like this is the first year that I've seen the Panthers getting love, and it's just because of how... I think it's partially because of Matthew Tkachuk. You know, a lot of Canadian fans already had opinions on Matthew Tkachuk from the Flames. And also the Panthers are undeniably a killer team. Cleasy says it sucks because the Canes are awesome. Anytime he mentions he has this North Carolina friend who's a Canes fan, they always have good things to say about the team. Yeah, I like that about the Hurricanes, that they're not like assholes too. Like, I love the Panthers. I actually am a big fan of the Panthers. My little brother was born in Florida too, but that's not why I have any loyalty towards the Panthers. I actually really love Matthew Tkachuk. He's one of my favorite players in the league. And Bobrovsky's cool, and you know, I hate Nick Cousins and Reinhardt. And there's another one that I don't like on the Panthers, but they're villains, you know. That's the role they play. They play like assholes, but they're not as bad as the Bruins, in my opinion. Cleese says the Panthers getting love is weird. Yeah.
Oh, well, would you look at that? We got us a smooth-skinned visitor. Ooh-wee. We ain't seen one of your type in a long time. Smooth skin? You know, because your skin is so smooth and tasty. Relax, I'm just kidding. But I had you going, didn't I?
Yeah, the funny thing about there's like kind of a rivalry between the Hurricanes and Panthers because of the, you know, last Eastern Conference final, and it's looking like that's a very likely matchup for the next Eastern Conference final. And they're such a different team. Like, you know, the Panthers are known for being the like bullies of the league right now, and they're good enough to back it up. They're kind of like the new Bruins, really. You know, the Bruins are still the Bruins, but the Panthers are also the Bruins right now. And then the Hurricanes, like, literally the players will go to church together and hold Bible studies in the rink, led by Jacob Slavin, and like, it's a completely different group. They don't play dirty. They just like suppress the teams that they're playing against. It's a completely different dynamic, and it's fun to see them build that rivalry. I like both. I don't like the Bruins because it feels like they're legitimately trying to like murder the other team a lot of the time when they're playing.
It's the only safe place for we ghouls in DC.
Panthers are just greasy.
Out of sight and out of mind. The mutants leave us alone, and the slavers usually don't come this far into the city, so it's not bad. Really, the Brotherhood of Steel is the only thing we have to worry about. So long as we don't leave Underworld, that is.
Let's see. But yeah, I think a lot more of my favorite teams are in the West. You know, I like the Wild a lot. I like the Predators a lot. I like the Oilers. The Winnipeg Jets have grown on me this season. They're weird because they're a Canadian team that gets the same treatment as a lot of Southern teams. Like, and I think it's because Winnipeg is kind of seen as like a very... I don't know that... I get mixed reviews on like what Winnipeg is in Canadians' opinions, because some of them will describe it to me as like really ghetto, and others will describe it to me as like very traditionally Canadian. And those are two very different things. So I don't know what the deal is with Winnipeg. I guess they just get such few attention that nobody has a consistent view on what Winnipeg is. Cleesy's going to describe it to me, okay? City full of ghouls.
Enjoy your stay. Just try and keep from shooting up the place.
Now there's a reason why I'm coming here.
Deal going on down here.
I want to get this companion called Sharon. He's like one of the best companions in the game, and he'll be very good to have like this early on. He might die, but your companions can die in this, and they die permanently. But we'll find other companions as we go along. I only have 764 caps. Let's see if... I think he wants 2,000, the guy that owns him.
Well now, looky here. We got us a smooth son that I ain't ever seen before. I'm Azrakal, and this is the 9th Circle. Folks got problems, and I got liquor to sell them. Well, liquor and a few other pick-me-ups.
He talks like the Ricard.
That's Sharon.
Sharon's the guy we want.
Let's just say, well, he's a loyal employee. Don't mess with me, and he won't mess with you.
Cleese says Winnipeg is cold, extremely ghetto, highest murder rate in Canada by far. The coldest major city in Canada because of wind, so it gets to like negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, no problem. That's crazy. It is weird that Toronto doesn't have that same Great Lakes like condition that's happened over the past like couple of decades. You know, you'd think just with like proximity to Detroit, Chicago, and you know all those other cities that have kind of gone down on the American side, that Toronto would have gone run down. But I mean, Toronto's also the majority of Canada, so I'm sure there's the troublemakers and there's the peaceful people too. Cleese says, and on top of that, no way to attract people with money to spend money because it's about getting out of Winnipeg, not getting in. That's interesting. Yeah, and usually places that are really cold like that don't usually have those high crime rates. But you know, it could be another condition similar to like the Detroit and Chicago. Like there used to be a major industry in Winnipeg that's like been abandoned by the Canadian government and like gone overseas or gone to other cities within Canada. Let's see.
No, he is not. Sir, you insult me.
He basically describes slavery here.
I do not believe in slavery. It is an abomination. I am a firm believer in personal choice. To force another person into bondage is unthinkable. Chains are earned, never forced. Sharon made some choices that landed him in my employ. The matters of our contract is between him and I, no one else.
Cleese says Winnipeg has the most gangs because it has the most native peoples. Okay. Let's see. Hang on. Whoa, my controller just didn't respond. Cleese says native peoples literally have less rights because they fall into a gray area. It changed in the 80s, but it still has major effects on the population today. Okay.
Very well.
Let's go.
Oh.
Try to negotiate.
Would you now?
Couldn't we work out some sort of deal?
I suppose we could do that, although you might not like the deal that I have to offer. You see, I don't like competition. Not at all. It goes against every principle that I have as a businessman. So the fact that there is another source for booze in town troubles me. Greta, the waitress over at Carol's, I want you to kill her. I don't care how. Just make it quiet. Do it, and you can have Sharon's contract.
Yeah, another thing about, like, with Winnipeg, I mean, I guess it has a long history of having crime, based on what you're saying. Usually crime leads to more poverty in a region, you know, like say if you have someone trying to start a business in a region, and then they keep getting robbed or their employees keep leaving because they're trying to get to safer places, then it basically makes it impossible to maintain the business there. And it also makes it to where nobody wants to move in and bring more to build up the area, you know? Let's see. Why not have Sharon do it?
Loyal employee that he is, Sharon would do it without question if I asked him to. However, the entire Greta is quite popular around here.
Alright, so...
No stomach for hard work, eh?
Alright, we'll try to figure out how to get the money.
No. Go talk to Ad. Talk.
We can get his contract, and then he basically just blasts Azrakal for making him do all these things.
What have you been up to?
Oh, I thought she was gonna start small talk. How does she know me? And what? It has been a while. I mean, you're a ghoul now, and I was a baby. Okay, this guy gives us free haircuts over here. So the person he wants us to kill.
Hey,
Oh,
you.
Mr. Crowley.
Yeah, you. I want to talk to you.
I'm not high enough level to do his quest. I could do his quest, but it's not wise. Greta's the lady that he wants me to kill. Cleese says, yeah, it definitely does. He actually wrote an essay for his Indigenous Rights class. It circled around how we give self-governance to the thousands of reservations and how it would improve their lives. Sort of like the reservation system in the U.S., maybe? I thought that's already what how Canada treated it.
So smooth and soft.
Okay. We're going in this store, and we're going to sell her what we can. Tulip.
You look great in some leather armor. Oh, a human. Well, hello. Welcome to Underworld Outfitters. It's been so long since I had a customer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I'm not just talking about like with indigenous people. I'm talking about in general. Usually, it seems like poverty is driven by like crime and not the other way around. Where like it seems like in a lot of economic situations, there's plenty of places that are pretty poor but don't have a ton of crime, and then there's a lot of places that, you know, something happens or whatever and like crime boosts up, and then subsequently everything starts to disappear from the area because, you know, nobody wants to stick around. I mean, we're seeing it in San Francisco live, you know, like a lot of things are there now, and it's not like a lot of policies have been put in place that are leading to more crime there, and basically less policing of a lot of very serious crimes, and it's leading to businesses leaving that, I mean, in that whole region, really, the upper west coast or whatever. They're kind of going the same direction that you can see the same exact thing happening there that happened in like the Midwest. Though with the Midwest, there was policies that led to like businesses leaving. Though I guess, you know, that region did have a lot of crime when the businesses were there, and I think it just created a void that the crime like filled in, because, you know, Chicago and Detroit were kind of known for being very corrupt and having a lot of like gang issues back in the day when the industries that were there were still booming. Let's see. Ecclesi says for our reservations, they have the RCMP, which are an hour away because the reserves are in the middle of nowhere. That's crazy to me, because like the amount of like virtue signaling that the Canadian government does when it comes to like their handling of Native American people would make you think that they like at least treated them well. But I mean, I guess that's the thing with virtue signaling, is that it's always all talk and nothing actually productive. I'm gonna try to get up to 1,000 caps and see if that's enough. Oh wait, no, those stealth boys are useful for what we're about to do. Cleese says, then when the cops get there, they all see each other as enemies there. There was a standoff with the Canadian infantry and tribe warriors that happened in like the early 90s. Really? Yeah, there's all stuff that I've never heard about. It's crazy that BBs are the same price as all these other bullets. I should sell the BB gun. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's something useful for it later on that I'm going to kick myself for. I will say I have found a lot of energy cells. I think I want microfusion cells more. I think microfusion cells are for the rifle versions. Okay. So we got 1,000 caps. Let's try to buy Sharon's
Pleasure
contract.
doing business with you. Well.
Hey there.
Yo. the guy just standing there. Like, hey there. And then just stands there staring into space.
Hey, Patchwork. Whoa there. Be careful.
Whoa, someone just shot their gun?
Yep. Keeping my bits to myself for the time being. How are you? Hey, you.
Later.
What's new?
I was like, wait, did a Patchwork just shoot off a gun mid-conversation?
Hey, man, what's happening?
They're all talking around me like, hey man, what's happening? Is that what they do all day? Like,
Skins.
damn smooth skins. Alright, you know what, bitch? Okay, Sharon, I won't do it.
Cool. A human, I don't care. The caps all spend the same.
Alright, let's talk about
knew
Sharon's
you'd change-
contract.
You're kidding, right?
What? How much does he want for him? There's got to be some way to work around this. Let's see here. Let's find someone that seems like a tough guy. Cleese says he wants this guy leading his country. That Patchwork dude. Or Ag Cruzal.
Hey there.
Hello.
Alright. There's Carol.
Yeah, what is it? Oh. Oh my, someone new. I'm so sorry. You must think I'm terribly rude. Welcome. Welcome to Carol's place. I'm Carol. It's not much, I know, but it's mine. So if you need anything, it's so good to have someone new here, even if it is an ugly old smooth skin.
Cleese says, it feels like Akrazal, I guess, knows the rules and he breaks them. That's my prime minister. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Akrazal is a bit smarter about it than Trudeau. Trudeau, like, blatantly breaks the law and then just, like, will completely lie about it. It's like, he'll go to, like, the Bahamas on a gift from some donor or something that's clearly a bribe and, like, get, like, $200,000 while he's there from the donor. And then when he goes back and people question him on it, he was like, I wasn't in the Bahamas at all. It's like, dude, we have pictures of you in the Bahamas. You tweeted from the Bahamas, thanking the guy for the bribe.
Gob? Yes, of course. He's my son. Well, not really. Not like you would think of a son. We ghouls don't really work like that, but I love him like he's my own. Do you know him? Have you seen him? Is he all right?
He's working in a bar. Let's do this one.
That's terrible. But at least I know he's alive. So that's something. If you get up that way again, tell him that I said I miss him and that I love him. But he shouldn't try to escape. It's too dangerous. No.
Let's see. Cleese says, LMAO, that's great timing because Trudeau broke the law this week again and the opposition is pissed again. That's funny. But the thing is, like, the opposition never does anything about it, though. Like, I think that guy, let me look up his name. I always forget. Because I still remember the last guy that was Trudeau's opponent. Don't tell me, because I'm going to get it right. It's like, I'm thinking off the top of my head. I was thinking Gautier, but I think it's Polivier. Or something like that. It's one of those French-sounding names. Because no matter how much the French Canadians bitch about, like... They pretend like they're oppressed in Canada when they literally run Canada.
If you want something to eat, you should order it quicker.
Let's see. Cleasy says the opposition does as much as they can. They're the minority, so the NDP and Liberals have a 2-to-1 vote. Oh, okay. And it is definitely Pierre Polivier. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. There's got to be someone here I can rat out Agdrazal to. As a means of... Here, maybe Quinn.
Oh, hello
this guy
there.
looks fucking tough. He's got a fucking gun in his back.
Oh, why, hello there.
You're not going to tell me how rare it is to see a human?
Me? No, not at all. I'm used to your people. Truth is, I spend most of my time away from Underworld.
Cleasy says Pierre Polivier was born in Quebec and was adopted in Calgary. That's cool. So he's an Albertan. Poliev? Pierre Poliev? Okay. Can't they just omit the R-E? Cleasy's trying to get me to sat it out. I'm saying Polivier, fuck it. The second one is much better.
You too, stranger. I know a lot of people around here don't take kindly to humans.
Every single freaking French name and word has like a typo at the end that they just ignore instead of just hitting backspace. When I learned French, it was like, even the French teacher was like, no, don't pronounce the last part of the word. Dude's name is Polivier, but it's pronounced Poliev.
Yeah, just east of here. Bunch of guys with guns are holed up there.
This guy doesn't, he's not, I thought that guy would want to kill the...
Morning, hun. What will it be?
Alright. Where's Carol? Maybe Carol will be like, oh god. Carol's probably in the bunk room. I don't think there's a bunk room in Underworld, though. It's probably the stinkiest place in the world, if there is.
Everything around here. Always busted.
Winthrop isn't as useful as the guy I already have a deal with.
We're not so bad.
They both take scrap metal and give you a reward, but one gives you chems, which is the one here. The other one gives you caps, and the caps he gives you are more than enough to buy the same amount of chems. See, Cleasy says it's because the name has an accent grave, which doesn't exist in English. Okay.
Hey.
I guess Canada doesn't do the doesn't do the anglicized name type thing that America does.
It could happen to you, you know.
Because like my last name is not what it originally was in the old country.
Good to see you.
Humans have such strange and natural.
Here, this guy
Dr. Barrows
gives us a quest. We
come
might as
to
well
lend
grab.
me a hand, I hope. You haven't heard? I'm the foremost. Something doomed us to this rotting farm. So, I need samples of... Pity. Well then, what can I do for you?
Let's see. Can heal my radiation. Oh, he doesn't give us a quest? I thought he gave us a quest that helped him study the ghoul evolution. Here, I'm gonna buy a shotgun from this lady if she has it. And then we're gonna go get Lincoln's repeater.
Came back. Do you need something?
Yeah, we Americanized our last names. Did you not know about this, Cleese? This comes from a long tradition, actually. It is like a long historical thing. A lot of people don't... Their, like, last name isn't what it was when they came over. Cleese says, I guess that's why you guys are a real country. But yeah, a lot of people, when they come to the U.S., they, like, change their last name. I think one of the times when it, like, originally started was back when a lot of, like, Irish, German, and Italian settlers were going through Ellis Island in New York. And when they would give their, like, complicated and difficult to pronounce last names in, like, their old country, like, the customs people would just write something down that would Anglicize it. Let's see. Let me try to think of an example. I don't want to use my last name because I don't want to say it. But I mean, some egregious examples would be like something Italian, and then they would just write down Smith as their last name. But that's not like that's not the common way of doing it. A lot of times they'll just take, like, say it's like Poliver, his last name. Let's see. Like, maybe Polar would be what they would say. They would change it to Polar instead of Poliver. Something like that. Just something that's more English, more available to say in English.
Sure.
There's a few, let's see. I'm trying to think. There was a friend I had in high school who is similar to, like, the last name situation I have. Let me think. His was like Bjorgen, like a Norwegian last name. And I'm trying to think what it would change to. Like Bergen or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And Cleese said, so the people at the border heard the names and said, fuck that shit? Yeah, that's basically how a lot of people got their last names Anglicized. And it also is regional too. Like, say, like, in the Midwest, there was a lot of Germans. So the, like, German last names would still get Anglicized, but it wouldn't be as egregious as, like, in other parts of the country. And then, like, there's also parts where a lot more Scandinavian settlers were. So you'll see more Scandinavian sounding last names that weren't changed as much. But they, you know, they were still Anglicized. Jurgen. Yeah, I think Jurgen would actually just be pronounced to, like, Jurgen. Or they might put a Y at the beginning instead of the J. I'm so shocked that I don't have 10mm rounds right now. I didn't even sell them, did I? That ghoul is struggling to find me. Oh boy, I'm about to get surrounded. I don't think this game has a disease system, which is good. Just radiation and health. And crippling and all that. Are they going to ask you to change your last name when you move? What is it? I don't remember your last name. No, I'm sorry. Don't dox. I don't have Gilded open. Here, send it to me in Gilded. I'll just say yes or no. I mean, they're not going to ask you to change your last name. It's just a thing that people do. Like, it's not something that they, like, require. Like, a lot of Asian immigrants probably do it the most. Too, like, there was a guy I knew, like, I forget what they changed their last name to Young when it was like something like Vietnamese, and the dad changed his name to Eric when he moved to the US instead of keeping his original name. And they would even do it to each other at the sushi bar I worked at. Like, there was this one dude. There was a lot of Vietnamese workers there, and there was this one dude who had the thickest accent ever. Like, and his first name was like something like Kianamin or something like that. And even the like other Vietnamese dudes couldn't figure it out, so they just called him Number 9. And everybody called him Number 9. That was his name. It would be like, hey, Number 9. Yeah, I know Lee. Well, Lee is a common, like, even an English last name is, like, people will keep Lee and stuff like that. But if it's like a more complicated one, sometimes they just want to make their last name American. Like, sometimes it's not even just a
Everything around here, always
like
busted.
thing to make it easier for people to pronounce. Cleasy put some and then Ting and then Wong.
Yeah. No. Oh.
120 caps. What a ripoff, dude. I can't believe I have no stim packs. It's on me.
Evening.
Is this my room?
Hello.
Look at all my privacy I have in my room. Yeah, Number 9.
You need something, hun?
Where's Carol?
Evening.
Oh, Cleasy said he was 1 minute behind. I mean, it makes sense. I was like, damn, how bad's the delay? Let's see. There we go. That one's not gonna work. Oh, come on. There's a spread mechanic in this game that makes your bullets kind of fly around randomly a little bit, depending on the gun. Lincoln's repeater is the gun I'm going for, and I'm going for it because it doesn't have that. And it also does really good damage. There should be a medical box in here. Usually the kitchens have a medical box. There we go. There we go. How did the primaries go? They did good in my state. I liked the dude that won the presidential primary here, and I liked the dude that won the gubernatorial gubernatorial. No, it's not Nikki Haley versus Bernie. Nikki Haley dropped out. I was pretty happy about that she dropped out, because she's... I mean, it would have been like basically Biden versus Biden if it was Nikki Haley versus Biden. A lot of the people that were voting for Nikki Haley were like Democrats who didn't like Trump and were trying to get Nikki Haley to win the primary because they didn't want Trump to be an option. Like one of the only states that she won was like Vermont, and Vermont is, you know, really very left leaning. Yeah, she pulled the plug. Nikki Haley's out of the race. But I mean, they can always run as an independent. Like, it's more of like a traditional thing when they drop out. You know, they may not be the candidate for that party, but a lot of candidates will sometimes still run as an independent. But that's usually heavily criticized because a lot of times the party that the independent candidate's most similar to will accuse them of splitting the vote and making it easier for the other side to win. Let's see. Cleese says he heard a quote from one of the founding fathers, and it's, "The people deserve the government they vote for." Yep. I mean, in general, yeah. It is. I mean, I can believe how many terrible politicians exist in today's world, because politicians are always terrible. You know, even, like, I love the founding fathers, but even with them, I'm sure there's a lot that's left out of their stuff, you know. I think what they did was in general positive, but I'm not going to be like they were some sort of deity that was all good. But, you know, that's the thing, is like it was a council of very wise men. Created a pretty decent system. But yeah, you know, typically politicians are going to be politicians. Politicians are scumbags. Like, as old as time, you know. That's why it's so historically significant when a politician's not a scumbag, you know? Even politicians who are total douchebags and terrible people will be held in high regard because they were just, like, a little bit better than the others in the history. Cleese says, "Do I think that America was a natural thing that happened because of the British? Or do I think, or the people of America creating America?" I think it's, you know, I don't think it's a natural thing. I think it's a unique thing throughout history, the, like, American Revolution and stuff. Because usually, I mean, if you look at most revolutions throughout history, a lot of times the government that comes after is usually some sort of like dictatorship that's like a complete disaster. Cleese says, "Because Canada is 1000% a product of British trade." But yeah, I mean, Canada also, like, the Canadian people like chose not to go with the people in the US in the Revolutionary War times. So like they definitely tied their history more to the British, like the whim of the British. But I think that, you know, even Canada, I think, is their own thing. I wouldn't say that either are like things that were inevitable to happen. But I mean, I think that America is definitely a product of the people that came here, you know. There wasn't a chance to create like a country like this in Europe until after the United States was founded and exerted like cultural control over a lot of Europe during a period of time. Like, I think a lot of current European history stems from, you know, the US and Canada having very high amounts of influence on Europe. Come on. It's, for some reason, it's getting really slow on showing me the chances of these things. Sheesh. I'm gonna try and let that turret kill most of these ghouls for me. We're close to where the Lincoln repeater is. I know I'm taking forever to do the quest in this, but I just wanted to play Fallout 3, guys. I just want to play Fallout 3 and stream it. And hang out with Cleasy. Let me get the radio going. Ah, you know what? Nah. But thank God that Quebec wasn't part of the Louisiana Purchase. The U.S. really dodged a bullet there. Imagine how far along in its history Canada would be if it wasn't for Quebec. They would actually be a self-governing country instead of just ruled by a French ruling class. Alright, I think Lincoln's repeater's right in here. A French bourgeoisie. That's probably the only time I'll ever use the word bourgeoisie, unironically. So, I mean, I think a lot of the times the word bourgeoisie is an inaccurate and generalizing description. I mean, that's generally the way those, like, communist terms for things go, is it's just like a convenient generalization that as soon as you look into it a little, falls apart. Hey, I took Lincoln's voice. Yeah, let's take this. Lincoln's repeater is right in here. There's an Action Abe. Oh, I have no 44 rounds? There should be 44 rounds in here somewhere. I need the ammo for this. That's the thing with the Lincoln repeater, is it uses one of the most rare forms of ammo in the game. There should be 44 rounds in here nearby. Let's see. Cleese says, hey, what's your take on a foreign country assassinating U.S. citizens on U.S. oil? Is that a declaration of war for you guys? I mean, in general, I would say so. It should be. Because, you know, there's a right to trial in the U.S. But, you know, under Biden, I don't think that anything's going to happen with that retaliatory. Because he's so bought out. Why did something like that happen in the US or Canada that I missed? Because, I mean, you know, there's also the fact that the US does that stuff all the time in other countries. But I'm not very in support of a lot of that unless it's like, you know, people that outright are trying to harm the US. Because, like, the thing is, a lot of the people that the US does that kind of thing to are people that have explicitly stated that they want to destroy this country. Whereas, like, when other countries like China and stuff and Russia go and kill a guy, it's usually just someone who said some words that they don't like. That aren't, hey, I'm gonna kill everybody in this country. It's usually just something like, I don't want to do business with this country anymore. Or, I think that the political system here should change, is usually what they'll kill a guy for. Cleese says, does the US do it today? Wait, never mind. Yeah, dude, we do it in like the Middle East all the time. And the CIA basically does that all the time too. Under Obama did it to a US citizen. And it's a big issue I have with the Obama administration and Biden and them. It's like one of the first things that made me be like, this guy sucks. Is look up Anwar al-Awlaki, I think the guy's name is. It was an extrajudicial assassination of an American citizen by a US president, which should have been completely, like, gotten completely removed from office. And then he also killed the rest of his family too, which is, like, and when questioned about it by reporters, Obama said they should have had a better father after he had killed their father. I guess this is the feeding chamber. Okay, I think that's all we can get. Let's see. Wait, can I listen to Lincoln's voice? Notes. No, there is hope. There is a safe place. Find the Temple of the Union where slaves are made into free men. Yeah, that's actually a fun quest. Yeah, Obama literally said it was a skill issue when he drone striked a dude. Like, the last thing that Obama did as president, literally, was kill that guy's daughter. Like, his little kid daughter. It was like when Trump became president, like, the last order that Obama had carried out, like, right when Trump became president, was killing, like, the last kid that guy had. It was really fucked up stuff. And then nobody talks about it. Oh, hey. What's she doing out here?
To tell you the truth, hon, I don't really know much about it. Something about hell or the afterlife or some... Not...
Alright, let's... Oh, wait, you know what? Should I buy 44 rounds? I feel like we spent too much time in Underworld. Cleese says, man, I'm excited for November. Yeah. It's gonna be wild. It is gonna have significant impact, yeah.
Back for more, eh?
Let's see.
Why, whatever do... While there is no law...
Alright, let's skip past this. Just show me the goods. He's only got 82 caps. Why did it even come to him to buy 44 rounds? I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm behind the microphone, but I'm grabbing my headset. There we go. Hello. So, Cleasy, when is the Canadian election happening? Because I want to see Poilievre pull through, or Poilievre. Plus, honestly, Pierre Poilievre is such a better name than, especially politically, than Pierre Poilievre. Because it just flows more, you know? Pierre Poilievre.
What do you need?
I was supposed to kill Carol, but like...
Everything around here. Always busted.
Buying ammo, buying ammo, buying ammo. Gotta stay focused, damn it. I think she's always open. Oh, you know what? She's not gonna be open. Cleasy says, so the government can call an election whenever they want. Yeah. I know that about Canada. Like, that's why I asked, like, why haven't they done that? They were doing so bad that it was expected to be this November.
Morning.
That'd be
Just the
convenient.
thing for you. Do you want to see it? Please say yes.
I mean, like, imagine how good Canadian relations would become with the U.S. Like, if it was Poilievre and or Poilievre and Trump. Because, like, Trudeau is doing, like, weird games. Even, like, it's so bizarre what Trudeau does. Like, there's no predicting what he does. But he does these weird games that, like, make him almost hostile to the U.S. Even when it's, like, the people in power right now are kind of on his side.
If any of the armor fails to protect your
I mean, it's not
life,
like Trudeau does
I'll
anything
give you a
good for
full
Canada either.
refund.
He doesn't do anything good for Canadian relations within Canada. Cleasy says Trudeau is out. Anybody but him seems like it is the majority opinion.
Give me a shout if you
So
need
I
it.
know his family, the Trudeau family, is a popular family in Canada for like politics. Has that attitude towards the family changed since he became president and like had all this issues? Like have people like looked at the past of the Trudeau family and decided they like weren't actually that good, or have they been like, why is he not like his father? Like, has the attitude towards the Trudeau family changed at all? Because from what I hear, the Trudeau family is kind of like the Kennedy family in the U.S. There's the Washington Monument. There might be some stim packs up there. I think I used the one stim pack that I found. No, I got two. The Nuka-Cola Quantums are important to hold on to. I need to make sure I don't drink them. Oh, there's the George Washington. I think it's kind of neat. Like a lot of the old like U.S. stuff, they were clearly, you know, drawing from Roman, like old ancient Rome. And it's kind of neat seeing like George Washington framed like he's a Roman emperor. Cleese said, well, the family is broken now because Trudeau's wife divorced him 6 months ago, and Trudeau's dad also got the guillotine after his leadership ended. Justin Trudeau got in on young voters who didn't know and did love Pierre Trudeau. Or didn't live Pierre Trudeau. Sorry. It cuts off, like, there's that heart in the comments that cuts off part of the chat. It's really freaking annoying. Yeah, I basically have to get the antenna and switch it out here from the lunar module. It's 10mm rounds. Give me handy. We're going to be dealing with super mutants though, so 10mm is going to not do anything. Cleese says he thinks after Pierre left, mortgage rates hit 30%. Didn't he do a lot to expand the Canadian government? Like, I don't really know much about the history of that stuff, so you can fill me in. I think didn't he do a lot for Canadian like government expanding it, and as a result, like the Canadian press, which is run by the Canadian government, is very favorable towards him. Looking back at him, just because, you know, them being government run, they're gonna be biased towards expanding government because that's what they want. You gotta be very careful here because it's crawling with super mutants, and they got a lot of really good guns. And they can ambush you here. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies. So explain that to me. What are the Canadian Corps? Cleese says Pierre Trudeau brought in Canadian Corps, which are crown companies. So I guess, okay, so crown companies are, that's not a term that would be used in the US. I guess I'm guessing that it has to do with them being like basically companies run by the government. In the US, anything that has to do with crown wouldn't really be used as a term because there's no like tie to royalty here. What's up, rice balls? Good to see you. We're in the U.S. Capitol today. I actually successfully evaded danger so far. This spot is usually heavily guarded by super mutants. I guess they're having their breakfast. Okay, so Stealth Boys can basically carry us through this whole section, but I want to see if I can get a minigun. See how much better this Lincoln's repeater is, though? This is the best gun. Because it shoots right where you're pointing at, and it does a ton of damage. Okay, Cleese says what he was taught in school is current companies exist in Canada because Canada is not a free market. We are semi-free market. That sounds like fascism. That sounds kind of like a lucrative merger of corporation and state, Cleese. They said it would go against your constitution or something. Yeah. Yeah, there's a big that's like a really controversial thing right now because of how involved government is in a lot of major corporations. Like a lot of the major corporations in the US wouldn't exist if it weren't for the government involvement because they get so much tax funding to basically do things that the government can't legally do on behalf of the government. And that's like a constant source of debate in our, you know, in the House of Representatives and Senate. Rice Ball says he doesn't think he's ever seen me stream at this time. Yeah, I mean, I stream when I can. I was going to stream last night, but I was too sleepy, and I figured the stream wouldn't be good. I'd be up too late. It would fuck up my sleep schedule. And so I was like, let's just do it tomorrow in the morning. This is the first thing I'm doing today. After this, I'm fixing things on my car. I got a soldering iron in the mail. I'm going to take some pliers to my turn signal light because my turn signal light won't come out. And I had to solder stuff on my AC unit because some of the wires came loose. Caver said it right. That's basically the attitude in the US in general. Cleese. Cleese said, Mom, it's definitely a little bit of fascism, but that's why the people hated Trudeau's dad. For sure. I mean, it's weird because it seems like Canadians will do anything they can to not be like Americans. But I feel like a lot of Canadians would be much happier in a system like the system in the US. So Ecclesiastes says the next government after him sold off all the companies, so they kind of pulled like a Margaret Thatcher. I feel like there's like at least in one of our countries there's going to be a Margaret Thatcher type figure coming up. Riceball says people are starting to turn on the BBC due to it being a government-funded news station. It always has been, but people are less thrilled about it now. I think people are starting to see that a government-funded news company isn't going to give them the fair news, you know. They're basically just going to manipulate the people into supporting pro-government causes. I think it's blatantly obvious, I mean, as an outsider, because whenever I look at Canadian news, like they're clearly, and British news, they're clearly going against any politician that would remove funding from them. Yes, Margaret Thatcher, the milk snatcher. I think, isn't Margaret Thatcher not very popular in the northern parts of England, like Yorkshire and stuff, rice balls? Because she sold off the mine companies that used to be their major industry. She made them private. Margaret Thatcher, the boob snatcher. The child snatcher. I like Margaret Thatcher for the most part. You know, I don't like her war stuff, but I like her economic policy. Riceball says Thatcher was the first female prime minister in the UK and we hate her. Yeah, I believe that. For good historical reason, you know. I personally think that what she did was what needed to be done to rescue the economy of the UK at the time. But, you know, everybody has, you know, a lot of people had negative impacts because of that. Because whenever you tie the government to the economy like that, people become dependent on it. And then when it's removed, it's like ripping off a band-aid that's been scabbed over like dozens of times and is like basically fused to the skin. It's not never going to be a smooth thing.
If you have any further questions, please take a brochure from our help desk.
Cleese said, is Margaret Thatcher the girl who said, I will not leave office, then resigned the next day? I think that might have been the case. That sounds like Thatcher. Ricewell says she got rid of free milk in school, which is a really important source of nutrition for poor children. Yeah. I think that now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the British government at the time was heading towards like a complete collapse. So I think they had to, like, to survive, they had to like cut anything that they were funding. Like that. I mean, I didn't get free. There was only like in the US here, you only get free milk and stuff like that in school if you're like below a certain level of income. And I was in that level. I had free school lunches up until like a certain year in high school. And when they made me start paying, it was like $5 per lunch. Riceball says when she died, the Wicked Witch is Dead from Wizard of Oz instantly became the #1 song in the UK. That's funny.
Come out, wherever you are.
I know she's definitely not popular in Ireland because of the Troubles. I think that's probably the most fucked up thing that she did. Definitely not a fan of that. But I think literally any leader, like I don't think there's a single leader in the world that would just give up territory like that. You know, nobody wants that on their record. I don't think that justifies it, but I also don't think like anybody else would have done it differently. England is not very popular in Ireland. I know that for a fact. It's kind of funny that the Irish have that reputation as like the Fighting Irish, when I can't list any war that the Irish have ever won. Other than, you know, I think, did they even win that war for their independence? Or did they like, I don't remember, like, because I think it was like a draw, right? Or it was more like the British won, but then subsequently like gave up the majority of Ireland for peace. No, Margaret Thatcher definitely did not endorse the IRA. She went to war with the IRA. Lincoln's repeater's legit. It's nice being the one who has opinions about the country he doesn't live in for a change. Being an American, it's always like British and Canadian people talking down to me about the US. Maybe I should start just like shit talking, like being like, ah, that's so backwards. I couldn't do that. I'll just give my honest opinion on things. Ricewell says Ireland got split into the Republic, not in the UK, and Northern Ireland is in the UK. Yeah, I know that Northern Ireland is the UK one. I'm not that unknowing. I had a British person actually tell me that they were like, well, at least the UK doesn't have has at least outlawed slavery. I was like, you think that slavery is legal in the US? Alright, let's repair the relay for 3Dog. Here, hang on, while we're here, let's turn on the radio. Galaxy News Radio. It's legal as a term of punishment. Slavery, well, I mean, kind of, like, they still have to get paid. And it's a big controversial thing, like, but I'm pretty sure Canada does that too, don't they? Like, pretty much, there's, like, jobs you can have while you're in jail. I don't know if chain gangs are still a thing in the US. Hang on. What does the quest say? I'll speak to 3Dog about that. 3Dog's supposed to do an announcement right when I install that. Also, that's basically like I think from the people I know who've been in jail, and I can only speak for like a limited sample size, because every state does their prison system differently. I know in California there was a big issue where Kamala Harris, when she was in charge of that stuff, she was holding people past their sentencing date to use them for free labor. So Kamala Harris legalized slavery in California for a period. Because she was holding people who weren't supposed to be in jail to continue using them for the state labor.
I say I'll move the mountains, and I'll move the mountains if he wants them out.
And then there was that lady from Hawaii who was running for president. I forget her name. Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard. She called out Kamala Harris for, you know, holding people past their sentencing date in California to be used as free labor for the state. And all of the like news media and like SNL and stuff started demonizing Tulsi Gabbard for it, because all of those like institution shills and stuff were super into Kamala Harris. Riceball says he loves a political live stream to the Fallout backup. Well, that's what happens when it's just me and Cleasy in the chat. I mean, it seems like you guys are alright with it so far, so... I mean, I do it from time to time, because it's just what happens whenever it's me and Cleasy alone with each other. We start talking about our respective countries and then start digging into the political situations of both. And then Riceballs comes in and we start throwing around Margaret Thatcher. I got this minigun. There we go. Let's go talk to 3Dog.
He moves me with a smile. The difficult I'll do right
Let's talk about spiders and how overhated they are. This is actually something I have strong opinions about, Rice Balls. I wish that I wasn't scared of spiders, man. Spiders are really cool. And I really hate that I'm afraid of them, but I just can't handle them. I don't like the thought of them touching me. I don't like the thought of them just being around. They make me way too anxious.
Hey, all right! The hero of the wasteland returns.
Yeah, spiders mostly just poop pretty little homes and get rid of nasty bugs. And wolf spiders, one of the scariest kind of looking spiders because they're pretty big. There's like no audio coming from the game. That's really weird. Hang on, well, there you go. Now he's talking on the radio. But wolf spiders, their fangs aren't strong enough to pierce your skin. And if they did bite you, and they usually don't want to bite you, but if they did bite you, their venom is completely unuseful against humans. And it's actually antibacterial. So if you got bit by a wolf spider, it would be less damaging to you than getting a splinter. Because with a splinter, you could at least get a nasty infection from it. You can't even get an infection from a wolf spider bite because their venom cleans the wound. I like yellow garden spiders. I can handle yellow garden spiders because they just sit on their web. They look pretty and they don't move. Jumping spiders are really cute, but when I have them near me, I still have to kill them. I can't have them around. Wolf spiders are dope because they're so big, but the thing is, they look so fucking creepy, and they're huge. They get really big up in the mountains, and they'll have their egg sac, and they'll carry their egg sac on their abdomen, and it's like, ugh, I can't touch that one, because if I touch it, its egg sac's gonna open up, and I'm gonna be covered in baby spiders, but it's like, I don't want that thing near me.
Hey, you're the one that deserves all the thanks. You struck a major blow against tyranny. Now, GNR can be heard clear across the capital wasteland again. That'll give Eden and those muties something to think about. But before I get back to my calling, I bet you want to hear about your dad.
Please, I miss him so much.
Whoa now, dry your eyes. A promise is a promise, and I will provide. When your dad passed through here, he and I talked for a good long time. He's a real stand-up kind of guy. He mentioned some scientific mumbo-jumbo which didn't make sense to me. And mentioned something called Project Purity. He also said something about going to visit a Dr. Lee in Rivet City. Then he left in a hurry.
Alright.
You've never heard of Rivet City?
Here's the,
Wow.
you just crawl out from a hole joke, probably.
Well, a whole bunch of people got together and turned a beached aircraft carrier into a town. Pretty cool, huh? Just follow the river south.
It's one of the
from
coolest
here.
cities in
There's no way you can miss it.
Fallout, in my opinion.
I can't even tell you the love I'm getting from the wasteland. Ever since GNR started singing again, the guys downstairs told me that more people than ever are tuning in. It's all I ever wanted.
Alright.
Anytime you need a place to crash, duck in here.
Alright. Barter. Let's probably improve that a little bit. I don't want to get anything above 50 right now. Because of, like, bobbleheads. We're going to do a stream where I just go get a bunch of bobbleheads and skill books. For the sake of, like, efficiently leveling in this game. Explosives. Pretty good. I think let's get energy weapons. Nah. Repair, we can get to 50. Explosives, we can get to 50. Those ones are really easy, nice to have. And then let's start upgrading energy weapons. Alright, let's see what we got. Swift Learner. That makes you just level up quicker. I don't want that. Bloody Mess is a really good one. That's all we got right You're obsessed with using and maintaining a wide variety of conventional firearms. 5 points to the small guns and repair skills. Let's go with this one. I want to get luck up to 9. Because luck boosts your stats in every single category. It's like basically a free 1 stat for each like skill. Okay, let's head down. It says to go to the Farragut West Metro Station, but I think it's actually quicker to go from the Museum of Technology. Alright, here's the super mutants. We just gotta quickly get in here. Goliath bird eating spiders are sick as frick. Yes, sir. I don't like trapdoor spiders, they creep me out. And I think they can actually like seriously damage you with their venom. Oh shit, she's right there. Oh! Are you kidding me? That was right on her. Yeah, dude, loading screens are completely non-existent. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh! Come on. Let's see what ammo she had. Let's see, I have to think. Anacostia, southbound. Let's go down this. Navigating the subways in this game is an art form. Southbound, Anacostia, north. Okay. There isn't any signage towards Rivet City, I don't think. Bro, I really hope I find more 44. You have work at 6 a.m., not looking forward to it? It's not even close to 6 a.m., is it? It's 3:24 p.m. for me. That's around the time I stream, typically. I might be streaming again at midnight tonight. Alright, red line. We've mostly been on the red line. Fuck. Alright, that's all that ammo. There's gonna be Talent Company mercs waiting for me at the next stop. Oh shit, he's got a combat shotgun. Let's get that shit. It's 7:25 p.m. there. Oh, it's almost around your bedtime, isn't it? You young little boy. Rice balls gotta get tucked in. There's a legendary form of the combat shotgun that I want to get. It's called the Les Feux Terribles, or Terribles. I don't fucking remember. I don't know how to say it in French anymore, man. Here, let's... Whoa, photo, Dr. Lee. Okay, thank you. I didn't notice he gave me a photo. I'm listening to these raiders. Oh, you don't want to get up that early? I get that. I hate getting up early.
Time to tear you apart. You're just tear them apart.
I can shoot their guns out from their hands. When you're navigating the subways, a shotgun is a necessity. Wait, hang on. We get 1 cap for drinking these Nuka-Colas? How much are they selling for? 20? I've been doing the wrong thing. I've been drinking and just get that 1 cap. They don't give you, they give you like a few points of health, that's it. Oh, I missed. Here, let's shoot at her legs. Now she's running. Or limping, I guess. I would like to get Riley's Rangers too, because I like that armor a lot. I was kind of hoping to see them return in Fallout 4. We're gonna sell that when we get onto Rivet City. Probably only gonna get like 5 caps for it. Okay, there's Talon Company mercs right up here, and they will rock my shit. So let's get this fat man out. Actually, while they're walking towards me, let's just let's place some mines here. Oh, you bought the Scott Pilgrim books. That's cool. That's how you deal with enemies that are way out of your league. I really took a gamble betting on them going down that middle one, didn't I? You would recommend? Even? Oh shit, they went down the middle one. But my mine didn't go off. Oh! Why didn't my mines go off? Oh! Can I shoot it? Can I shoot the mine from here? No. That's bullshit. A Chinese assault rifles killer. Hey, they have a contract to kill Hot Bun Selleck. Because I'm a good guy. Talon Company mercs come after you if you have good karma. If you have bad karma, then you get regulators coming after you. The Chinese assault rifle is better than the regular assault rifle in this. Only by a little bit. I'm not high enough level to where I can repair the Chinese assault rifle with it. Riceball says, does Cleezy hate me? He always leaves when I join. That's an interesting question. Cleezy, do you hate rice balls? We'll see if he comes back. Yeah, speaking of rice balls and shit, I've been making these things, these milk balls. I've been taking condensed milk and using it to make like hiking snacks. It's pretty legit. It's messy because it sticks to the pan while I'm doing it, but like you basically just pour condensed milk into a pan and then like lightly boil it down. Like you don't want to get it too hot, but you want to get it like you want to get the heat just right to where it just kind of like works down to more of a solid thing, and you have to stir it constantly. And it tastes like candy, but you can put whatever you want in it, you know. So I've been putting like protein stuff in it, and like walnuts, and coating it with sesame seeds.
Ah, welcome, weary traveler. Well, wander no more, my good friend.
It's not rice balls, but it's milk balls.
Tell me what you need, and maybe I've got your fix.
He's got the drugs. Let's see, let's sell buff out. Guana bits, jet. How much does he have? He has 199 caps. That's the best we can do. Sounds good. Yeah,
Give me a
dude.
shout if you need anything else.
Hey.
Hi. Doc Hoff is Walter White. He is for sure Walter White. He even looks like him. Right? Even he's still saying it. He's like, hey, let's give this guy some water.
Please, do you have any water? I've been drinking.
Wait, did I drink all my purified water? I picked up purified water just to give to these dudes. Yeah, I don't have any purified water. Thing is, he can just get into the city and get water.
Please wait while the bridge extends.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City.
Harkness. Sounds like a disease.
Yeah? Let me guess. No, she's not expecting you. But it's really important, and you need to see her right away. Been a lot of that going around lately, and I've had just about enough of it. So you're going to have to do better than that.
Let's see.
Older guy, in his 50s or so? I remember him. He left already, but Dr. Lee might know more. All right, you can go on up. She'll be in the science lab. Just don't cause any trouble, or else you're gonna answer to me.
This is going to be our first interaction with the Institute and synths and stuff. They're not really present in this game, but, you know, it's the early version of them before Fallout 4.
Bannon and Dr. Lee and I all meet on Monday mornings to talk about citywide issues. It's pretty informal. The council doesn't have much real power.
Alright. Oh, the market's locked. Oh yeah, they lock the entire market. I forgot that. And I don't have a high enough lockpick to get in. Riceball says, that's vague as hell. Guy mentions his dad and he just picks up a random guy in his 50s and knows it's him. Yep. But yeah, they actually make your dad look similar to your character. It's voiced by Liam Neeson. Oh yeah, let me just use these.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
Let me or a
he's got that
security
hunchback.
officer know if you see anything out of the ordinary.
Flack.
This here is Flack and Shrapnel's gun shop. Pretty catchy, huh? Take a look around. If you see anything you like, I'll be right over here. I don't put the good stuff out on the table. If you're interested, I can show you the stuff in the locker. Need to do some...
Alright, 44 Magnum. You gotta buy that. Let's see. I could be wearing Lincoln's hat right now, huh? Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn is the Wasteland Daddy. Miscellaneous stuff. I gotta turn in these scrap metals. I don't have any missile launchers. Let me sell... Do I have any... Did I pick up any more energy cells? I'm gonna sell the laser pistol if I haven't already. Oh, I'm right on the line. Let's accept that.
Thanks.
Trying to get to 2,000. Try to buy Sharon.
Welcome to Potomac Attire.
There's Bannon. Potomac Attire.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor
He's on the
and city
Potomac
council
River,
member.
I think.
I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers. Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business. Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes.
Is that his rival?
A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative.
Riceball says Liam Neeson was really good in The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Barely any dialogue or screen time, but felt like he portrayed a lot. Yep. I liked him in that.
Straight to the point.
Let's see, has he got any good armor? I like the Merc Adventurer outfit, actually. It's just not very good armor. Actually, how is it compared to what I got on right now? Only 3? Let's actually get the Merc Adventurer armor. And we're going to sell more stuff, of course, because I got more to sell. I don't know about selling the baseball bat. Pulse grenades. They're good for robots, but we're not in a point of the game where we have to deal with robots much. I could probably sell like half of these. There we go. I think that's about... Yep. Accept.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
You can't believe Liam Neeson wasn't in Harry Potter. I never saw Harry Potter, so I couldn't tell you if it needed him. I think this outfit actually matches my helmet.
Thank you, Cindy.
Whoa, that bitch just pushed my camera
One of
up
the
to
new
me.
immigrants died of radiation poisoning last week.
Yeah, I heard she was drinking river water.
The ship's water isn't much better. If we don't get fresh water soon, we'll all end up like her.
Welcome to a quick fix.
A quick fix
Boy.
is the drugstore on this boat. Brock. Rivet City Supply. Where's the guy that runs that? He usually wears like a motorcycle helmet.
All right, well done. With wine. Leave the bottle. James has been bad. He gets a carrot and some water.
I'll be right with you.
Morning.
She's terrible.
Yeah? What do you want?
He gets a carrot and some water.
Oh, really? My husband ran off and got himself killed and left me to raise his little brat. So don't you tell me how I should or shouldn't be.
Have a seat anywhere. Someone will be with you.
What do you want? My mom is probably drunk, and my dad's dead. Is that good enough for you, asshole?
Riceball says, honestly, I wouldn't bother watching Harry Potter. It was great at the time, but it needs nostalgia to really care. I have no interest in Harry Potter, personally. Look at that gnome. I can't even steal it. What a ripoff.
Hello, mister.
Everything looks okay here.
I'm pretty sure the mid deck is where Dr. Lee is. Science lab, okay. She's gonna tell us where Papa went.
For the most advanced scientific center in the cap.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here?
I'm getting some sort of warning from YouTube. I don't know what the deal is. Is the stream alright, guys?
Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you.
Riceball says, now the Muppets, on the other hand, that's a franchise worth your
I worked with your father
time.
many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact. You'll have to forgive me, this has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long. You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hasn't.
Let's see here.
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't
Stream
you
is
supposed
streaming,
to
no
be in the
issues?
vault?
Alright, cool.
James said he left you there. Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already. Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Alrighty. Well, this is where we're going to end the
Good luck
stream
finding
here.
your father.
Thank you for watching, Rice Balls. Thank you for watching, Cleasy. Thank you for watching if you were here after the stream's up. I'm pretty sure Brenner might still be here. Let's just save here.
Find your...
Look, Doc.
And then, you know, thank you guys. If you haven't donated to the channel, I would appreciate it. You don't have to, but, you know, it'd be nice. If you go to givesendgo.com/falloutyourmum, then you'll be able to find it. It's also in the description, but YouTube doesn't make a link, and I didn't put the link in the chat today. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.